welcome, and happy Friday. Welcome. Happy Friday to you wherever you are. Greetings, one and all. Welcome to the Inner Knowledge channel where we talk about all things related to escaping from narcissistic abuse and building the life you want to live. And today we're going to be talking about trauma bonds, how empaths can understand and escape trauma bonds. This is what we're talking about today, how empaths can understand and escape trauma bonds. So welcome in. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Greetings and welcome in. Very happy to be here with you. Today we're going to be demystifying all things related to trauma bonds and how to free yourself from trauma bonds. So if you're ready to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth and escape from these trauma bonds that have held you hostage, then welcome to the Inner Mileage channel. Welcome. Good vibes, ascension, spiritual awakening, overcoming yourself, love and happiness. That's what we're about on this channel. So today we're talking about trauma bonding, quantum, how you break trauma bonds and leap into your quantum reality. What a trauma bond is, how to break a trauma bond and come to your own reality, a life based on your own desires, where you are the full alchemist. So come on in. We're going to be talking about trauma bonds and how to escape these trauma bonds that keep you trapped, and how you can escape these trauma bonds and find your freedom. How you find your freedom. This is what today is about. How to overcome these trauma bonds that keep you trapped in the hell realm. In the background, we've got Good Thing Going by Sugar Me Note. Good Thing Going. Welcome in. My name is Dr. Nana Gyesie. Welcome to the Inner Knowledge channel, a channel about spiritual awakening, a channel about love, a channel about overcoming, where we demystify all things greetings, all things related to narcissistic abuse, escaping narcissistic abuse, and building your heaven right here on earth. And today we're talking about trauma bonding, how you break out of trauma bonds. Greetings, Mystical Raven. Greetings. Thank you too. And big up to you, and hope your weekend goes well. So today we're talking about trauma bonds, all things related to trauma bonds and how to overcome these trauma bonds so you can live a happy, resonant life right here, right now. Because, trauma bonds are so tricky. So today we're going to demystify them trauma bond thing. So tell somebody to tell somebody, tell them this is the place to be if you want access to your own freedom, particularly if you've overcome the shackles of narcissistic abuse, that hell realm called narcissism. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Happy Friday wherever you are. Big up yourself. Come on in. Yes, Angie Shamo, we're glad you're here. Blessed. Come on in. Mumbra. Come on in. Come through. And today we're talking about trauma bonds and breaking trauma bonds. Hey, one of my favorite people, Tan, what it is. Greetings from Seattle to you. Hi, how you doing? Wisdom from Beyond. Welcome in. Hi, Dawn Marie. Welcome in. Today we're talking about how to break free from trauma bonds. Hey, Wendy. I'm glad you're ready. Hi, Hope. This is what it is. Good energy only. Good vibrations. You see? And today this message will be truthful, but it's designed to set you free. You see? Happy Friday. What's going on, Tawaboo? Good to see you. So let's get started. And I'm going to talk for about 10 to 15 minutes, after which I will take some questions, right? So first of all, this is specific to any kind of narcissistic abuse, whether it's familial or intimate or social or business, right? So just use what fits your own condition. But first of all, whether you're in a family or in a loving relationship, or what you thought was a loving relationship, you thought it was chemistry. You may have even thought it was fate. I know I've used the word soul. You're my cellmate. And you held on, even as your soul shrunk and your body froze. But this was not love. This was not love. This was a multi-dimensional, biochemical, neurological, and spiritual contract. Some may call it a karmic contract, written without your conscious consent. What you were inside was a trauma bond. A trauma bond, which is a ritual of distortion, soul distortion. I know you thought he was God. So did I. I thought that was the divine feminine for me. You see, Dawn Marie? But this soul contract, this trauma bond is a soul distortion disguised as romance. It's an energetic colonization. That's what it is, an energetic colonization that mimics love, but delivers bondage. Them tricksters. You understand? These 419 people. But in this quantum edition of this Inner Mileage Live, we expose this spell, this trauma bond at every level. At the neurological level, at the hormonal level, at the energetic level, at the karmic level, just all levels. So welcome, and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. So what exactly is a trauma bond? You see, when you deconstruct the thing, it's a spell, Dawn Marie. When you deconstruct the thing, then the thing is understood and forever broken. So let's just define through science what a trauma bond is. You see, so the term trauma bond is attributed to a researcher called Dr. Patrick Carnes in a paper he wrote in 1997, describing trauma bonding as the phenomenon of emotional attachment formed between abuser and victim via intermittent reinforcement, oscillating cruelty and affection, Jane. Let me say it again. This is according to Dr. Patrick Carnes, 1997. Trauma bonding describes the phenomenon of emotional attachment formed between abuser and victim via intermittent reinforcement, oscillating between cruelty and affection. Now, when you come to neuroscience, basically each cycle of abuse, dopamine and oxytocin surge, right? And it produces euphoria followed by withdrawal. And this is exactly akin to the pattern of drug addiction, meaning your amygdala, the part of your brain, which is your threat center, fear or flight, begins to misinterpret abuse as connection. Did you hear what I just said? Did somebody hear me? Tell me if you heard me. Your brain starts to tell you the abuse you're experiencing is connection. This is based on the work done in trauma recovery by Judith Herman, and also in the work The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, which I've cited often here. So the truth is, you are not in love, or you were not in love. Anta Sarai's terrible mystical raven. You were not in love. You were you are in an energetic debt, hooked into someone who's siphoning your life force, mirroring your unmet wounds, and feeding your nervous system breadcrumbs of safety to keep you in place. I just described the whole spell. Let me say it again, Dawn Marie. You, if you're still in amity with these narcissists, are in energetic debt, hooked into someone who is siphoning your life force by mirroring your unmet wounds and feeding your nervous system breadcrumbs of safety to keep you in place. Now, somebody tell me if I'm talking to you. Come on, Cynthia. Am I talking to you? Tell me if I'm talking to you, or if I need to say it again. Someone tell me. Tell me if this is connected to you. So see, when we go even further, Dawn Marie, According to the work done by David Bohm in quantum physics, right, K.S. Crockett, trauma embeds in your morphic field, right? Thank you, Shakia. Thank you, Anta. Trauma is in your morphic field. Thank you, KJB Ninja Fit. So repeated interactions encode trauma into your body's waveform, which creates a holographic pattern of recognition and repetition, which is why trauma is passed on from parent to child, and on and on and on until the so-called black sheep, that is you and I, wake up and at a cellular level, we say no, right? Now, we all know how trauma bonds happen, right? But I'm just going to go through it very quickly, just for us to be on the same page. You know, the steps of a trauma bond basically follows this sort of energetic slavery pattern, Don Murray, these so-called crazy ones, right? Breadcrumbs. You got what? Gold mines. Terrible. First of all, love bombing is where the illusion is created, because no matrix, no narcissistic matrix in your family or your relationships can exist without an illusion, Laura. Thank you, Laura. So love bombing is how the illusion is created. And love bombing looks like floods of attention, mirroring, idealization. One love, Laura, one love, right? And what that gives you, if you need attention, it triggers this sort of dopamine surge because you love it when he brings you flowers or she brings you a gift or you go to that lovely dinner or you walk in the park holding hands and whatever. If you're in a non-binary relationship, however that happens, you're out enjoying yourself and you're like, wow, I never met somebody who connects with me the way you connect with me. That is not affection. It's a neurological bait. But this is how the illusion gets created. You see, cards and poetry. Oh, spoken word. I'm sure he pulled some. What was that movie, Love Jones? What's the main character called? The poet, brother to the night. What's about Lawrence Tate? I'm Lawrence Tate. Pulls a Lawrence Tate, right? I'm the brother to the light. Is it all right? Codependency. This is exactly it. Single love songs. Yes, they would do that. Then from love bombing, that's how codependency begins onto sunrise, right? So from love bombing, you come into devaluation. This is where the illusion begins to dismantle. Here, they start to criticize you, right? There's triangulation, the third parties, they're comparing you to their previous lovers or hinting at other people or making you feel insecure when you're out and about. He started isolation. I get it. And what happens when you go through devaluation is you start to feel this sort of oxytocin withdrawal, the bonding withdrawal. You start to feel abandoned, right? So you are hoping that you will get back to love bombing. But you don't realize that the next level in this warfare is just coming. And that next level is gaslighting. This is where they begin to fragment your identity. Oh, they do that, Don Marie, right? So in the gaslighting, your memory is redefined, your sense of truth is distorted, and your sense of reality, you don't even know what is what. How that affects you is your brain stops trusting itself because it affects your prefrontal cortex. It does. It's calculated. Then, of course, when they get you in this place where you're sad and depressed or reactive and angry, they come back with some intermittent reinforcement just to loop you back in. You see the addiction pattern? Fear of abandonment, right? So when the intermittent reinforcement looks like them being nice to you, some periodic kindness, buying things you like or being nice to you, taking you out to dinner, paying for whatever they want to pay for or acts of service or words of affirmation, whatever they do. And see, that is how the addiction is created. Then after that, they go to what you were saying a few moments ago, Dawn Marie, and Shakia, you're right? What they start to do is isolate you because now that you're addicted, the isolation is going to happen. So your support systems are eroded, whether they are your friends or your family, whatever, depending on who the abuser is, right? And you're isolated emotionally, you're isolated logistically, you're isolated financially, spiritually, physically. your abuser becomes both the source of your pain and your only perceived relief. You see, that's how the codependence thing happens, right? Then, of course, from then, they know you're going to go because they're either going to discard you at this point or you're going to wake up or start to wake up. So at this point, they know they might be losing power. So they try to rehook you, but they're not rehooking you because they love you or regret what they did. They just want to make sure that the cord is active long enough for them to activate it whenever they want. You see, with the narcissist, it's never really about closure, Cynthia, right? With the narcissist, it's really about keeping a dog, because the narcissists don't have shame. There's no shame in the game of a narcissist, right? If you could learn from that and apply it to your positive goals and you lose your fear of shame, you would win at life. But the narcissist uses this in a very negative way. So they would do what they would go as low as they need to get what they want. So if it means doing what they need to do with you to keep you open, that door open whenever they want, they would do that. And that's how that loop continues. And this is why a lot of people get trapped in narcissistic family systems or narcissistic marriages or relationships or businesses. This is how it happens. It's really spell work at its finest, or gaslighting if you want. So when you're addicted to the person, you are addicted to the chemical cocktail that they trigger in your trauma-coded nervous system, the oxytocin, the dopamine, all of that, right? You get addicted to it. So you have to realize that the way trauma bonding functions is like a ritual of energetic enslavement. Let me go through 4 levels here. So at the mental level, thank you. Oh, gee, the mom, how you doing? You're 100%. I'm so sorry. See, at the mental level, the tools used are spells, language, gaslighting. And the impact on you is you get confused, as Don Marie you're saying. You become confused. And you get looped in this thought. That's why you have incessant thoughts. Then at the emotional level, they mirror you, which is why they can mirror your wounding for you. That's how you get addicted to them. And then there's withdrawal. That creates a fear-based longing for them. They get addicted to them. And then self-rejection. You stop pursuing the things you want to do just to be with them. And you know they want to be with you all the time or when they want you to, because even if they are not an anxious avoidant, they still need that sort of energy from you. Then on a somatic level, right, the way they spell you and confuse you is through touch. The touch. If you've been there, you've been there, right? Also the eye contact, right? And you should watch out for the eyebrows of narcissists. A lot of narcissists, I'm just giving you a cheat code here, have very interesting eyebrows, right? Or even if they're shaped or even if it's cosmetically done, watch out for the eyebrows of the narcissist. Really very arched, super arched, right? Anyway, I'm giving too much away here. If you want to learn more, book a free session with me at innermanage.com. Let's see if we can work together. Even if we don't, I'll tell you the truth. Then at the spiritual level, they position themselves, dead close eyes, exactly. They position themselves as sort of a false twin flame, or they soul bait you. And that's how you get into contractual enslavement, my brother Terubu, right? So, in many traditions, it said, for example, in the Zohar, what appears as light is sometimes the darkest illusion. This is kind of like referring to what archons are. If anybody is on that wavelength, if you're on the wavelength of archons, just type archons in the chat. Let me know if you're on that wavelength. Otherwise, we'll keep it moving. Then, when you come to the Buddhist infrastructure or the Buddhist cosmology, this notion of clinging, known as Tana in the Buddha's language, Pali, is the root of suffering. Meaning attachment is the hook of a samsaric wheel. This is how you get stuck in hell. And this is the exact spell that the narcissist uses. That addiction thing, the Kabbalah, of course, right? And then, of course, in Hermeticism, all this frequency, right? All this frequency. Trauma bonds are harmonic distortions that need recalibration, right? This is exactly what it is. So you know that trauma bonds are mechanisms used by these archons. And archons are basically dark entities who can mimic light to keep souls trapped in illusion, feeling of energetic distress. That's what these narcissists are. And the narcissist becomes the vessel for this distortion, demons. But demons are we grateful for, because without these demons, you wouldn't wake up. There's all kinds of terms, right? In this case, we'll call it the Jezebel spirit, Angie Shamo, the Jezebelian spirit, right? Or the succubus spirit, or the incubus spirit for the succubus spirit for men, and then the reverse for women, the incubus, right? This is what it is. Let me know if I answered your question, Andrew Shamo. So, there's some ways. Is that why the eyes go black? You got it, Anna Bandana. You got it, Anna Bandana. You got all the. Oh, Dawn Marie, they took you to hell, didn't they? What did they do to you, my dear sister Dawn Marie? These demons. I'm so glad you're here and made it. So, let me give you some differences between fallen angels on assignment. Some differences between love and trauma bonding. Because sometimes the Vedas, the Asuras, Sandy, you are an enlightened being. You said it so well. Those demons, also known as the Mara in the Buddhist context, right? They're also Asavas in the Buddhist context, right? That's exactly it, right? So when we talk about the energetic and neurological differences between trauma bonding and love, I want to go through a few things. You see, when you look at your nervous system. Oh, I'm so sorry, Coach Rafaela. I'm dating one with no eyes. Oh Lord, what have you seen? What have you seen that you didn't see that you've seen? You see, they're full of spirits. They are. But let me go through a few things to why you can tell the difference between what is love and what's not. And you would know there's immediate, because love needs no qualification. You don't have to qualify for love. Love is. So the nervous system, a trauma bond feels like a spike drop. You have this sort of cortisol, I'm stressed, oxytocin. This is love. This up, down feeling. But real love feels regulated, safe, and co-present. I know you're still trying to find your real cash crochet. With that trauma bonding, with your frequency, you're needy, you're obsessive. You know what I mean, Tresha? What are you saying? Yeah, blessed to all the Jamrock people and other people around the world, from Europe to Africa to Asia, wherever you are on the planet. I'm so glad you're here today, to the United States, to Asia, East Asia, South Asia, wherever you are. So your frequency is more expansive, clear, and grounded when you're in love. Now, when you look at the way you are spiritually, when you're trauma bonded, you feel like all these cords you can't escape, like you're cursed. But when you're in love, your soul feels evolved. And in terms of your sense of agency, when you're trauma bonded, you're codependent. You're from Aruba, big up Aruba. Blessed Arubans. All the Arubans, all the Arawak Arubans, and the Taino Arubans, and the African Arubans, and the European Arubans, and everybody. So you see, you can't be coded. You're diminished. But when you're in love, you feel very restored. When you're trauma bonded, your growth is suppressed. You always feel like you're competing with this narcissistic system, or they want to suppress you. Whereas when you're real love, it's generative. And real love could be love with yourself. Maybe you haven't met your twin flame yet, right? And then the power dynamic when you are in a trauma bond, it's hierarchical, very manipulative. Whereas real love is based on mutual flow and mutual respect. You see? So you see, this is how trauma bonding is all chemicals. It's almost like these narcissists are masters and mistresses in chemical manipulation, because that's precisely what they do. Oxytocin, bonding, cortisol, stress. And that up and down is what creates this kind of gambling cycle in your brain. You become addicted to them, literally, like someone would get addicted to something, right? So to free yourself, it's almost like going through sort of a purging process, not in the way that is done at AAA, because that's also works with the brain at a level that we can go even deeper into, more deeper than that. It's about a multi-layered ritual exit. This is why we call it escaping narcissistic abuse. When you look at our courses, it's all about understanding and escaping narcissistic abuse. Because yes, you have to go no contact, especially if it's really bad. In some cases, you may not be able to go no contact, so practicing boundaries. right? So just use this to fit your personal situation. It's difficult, I know. It's no joke. This is the worst test until sunrise. So physical disconnection is very necessary. It's escaping. You said it. You literally escape because they don't want to let you go. And physical means no contact. Don't be checking out their Instagrams and TikToks and Snapchats and all that. You have to release from a frequential standpoint. Then you have to really heal your nervous system because you received a lot of kind of spells and negative programming, and you've been in hell, you've been under spiritual bondage and spiritual slavery. So yeah, detachment is a non-negotiable law, right? So your nervous system needs a lot of recalibration and healing, whether it's through running or yoga or what have you, right? Can you please expand on how the narcissist abandons the kids after one leaves them, take away our supply, and baffles me? Can you explain? Come on video so you can ask. Come on video, Tresha, and I can answer your question, right? So give me more, because I think that there's something deeper here. Just invite yourself and come on. So journaling is really key. Journaling is really key. Because if you're into journaling, then journal. And journaling doesn't just have to mean writing. You can record in your notes, in your videos. You can make videos for yourself. You don't have to post them on social media and so forth, right? So this is what it is, right? You have to do that. It gets easier every day. Then you have to cut cords, right? And if we can be of help to you, book a free session at innermarriage.com so you understand how you kind of get free from this chemical burden of trauma bonding, because trauma bonding is all chemicals. It's all chemicals that are supposed to protect you from wildlife. Right? Okay, no video, I got you. But you can come on audio, about audio. So this is what it is, right? This is what trauma bonding is about. So we've given you the information. Right now, we're going to take some questions, right? And I'm going to vibe with you, right? This is what it's about, realizing that getting away from narcissistic abuse is about escaping narcissistic abuse, you see? And when you escape narcissistic abuse, you really understand the meaning of the word escape, because that's what it is, right? That's what it is. It gets easier. My nervous system is shut. By listening to high frequency music is exactly it, Mr. Raven. You see, this is Marlon Asha. Never see us fall. Marlon Asha. Never see us fall. Never see us fall. They will never see us fall. Wendy. Give thanks, Wendy. Wendy, may you be abundant always. This is Marlon Asha. Never see us fall. I want to take some questions, but I want you to feel the vibration. They will never see you fall. I and I a warrior. They can't conquer I. They can't conquer I. Malanasha. This is actually my daughter's favorite song. She's 5 years old. Malanasha, if you're listening, my Shiloh loves you. Yeah? She's a pure roots child. So this is what it is, right? Never see us fall. Give thanks, Dawn Marie. You got it. My ex-fellow would shapeshift sometimes. He would look so cute and look like a pirate. No. He shapeshifted because you were seeing the demonic energy. That's what you were seeing, Keza, right? That's what you were seeing. 30% of narcissists. Oh, I didn't know that, Coach Rafaela. Thank you for the data there and all the intelligence you always bring. I remember what you said about trees. That the trees in Brazil are feminine, whereas the trees around here are mostly masculine because they don't bear fruit. That was really trippy. I don't remember if you remember saying that. We are lured by the demon. Hey, Tresha, he didn't even make an effort to try and shout about our son who graduated high school. Mind you had cancer. Oh, you know why he's doing that? Because he's trying to break your son. Tresha, he's trying to break your son so that your son becomes broken or narcissistic. That's why you have to look at your son in his eyes every day and tell your son, you are a king. Tresha, listen to me. You have to look at your son every day in his eyes and say, you are a king and I see you. Mom loves you. There's no one like you. I love you. You are abundant. You can do anything. You've overcome so much. I'm so proud of you. Tresha, tell me if I'm talking too much. Come on, Tresha. You have to affirm. You have to speak the spells and tell him so that he cannot be broken by a broken father who's trying to break him, Tresha. And as you do that and you speak these words to him, guess who else you're speaking these words to? Shakia, Wagwan. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's on your mind? This is what it is. These trauma bonds is how you get trapped in the matrix. Oh, Tresha, let it go. I'm glad you're crying. The body keeps score. So let the body release, right? Oh, Wendy, I'm so grateful for you, Wendy. May you always be abundant. Yeah. This is amazing. This is amazing. You see, so this is what it's about. You speak life. Oh, I like that you said that, Shakia. I'm going to play the song Speak Life from Damian Marley. Shakia on Instagram, just put it from TikTok. Speak Life. Where's Damian Marley? Speak Life. This is what it is. Because these demons who do that to you, he's trying to break your son. Robin, I had to reaffirm my children. Robin, I'm glad you did that. You have to tell them. You have to tell them. You have to speak it into them. You have to speak it into their nervous systems, Robin. You have to speak it into them and let them feel the energy from you. And as you're affirming it for them, guess who you're affirming it for? You're affirming it for you as well. I always counter all my ex does in front of my son. I affirm boundaries every chance I get. Because I don't only affirm boundaries, I affirm love. Affirm love. Affirm love. Affirm love. Kesa 888. Affirm love. Come on, Kesa, tell me if I'm talking to you. I may be mispronouncing your name. I'm so sorry. Affirm love. I love you. Love is the highest force. You have to tell your son. Fill him with the power of love. Fill them with the power of love. They hate us because we can feel. But you see, feeling is the portal to the divine. That's why they try to sever us from feeling. Because you cannot get to the divine with your mind, Shakia. You can only get to the divine with the heart. That's why empaths, the kind people, are coming in touch with the divine right now. Am I just talking to myself? Somebody tell me, Tresha. Somebody tell me if I'm talking to myself or if I'm talking to you. Somebody tell me. What are you talking about? Thank you, Don Murray. Thank you, Don Murray. Oh, thank you, Shakia. We are all in this together. Speak life. We just keep fire blazing. Thank you, Angel San Maria. Give thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. You see, this is what it is. When you begin to understand the power of spelling, abracadabra. Abracadabra means to speak into life. This is in Aramaic. It's also in the Kabbalah. So what you speak inspires action. Look at words shape the whole world. Everything created started from words. And the words came from where? Within intention. So your words have power. But if I hijack your mind, what kind of words are you going to speak? Hijack words. This is what the narcissists want to do, to hijack your mind so you use your words to hijack your life. Set yourself free by speaking life. Do you speak Aramaic? Oh, Angie, say something in Aramaic that will bless us. I need you to come online and speak to us and bless us in Aramaic. My spirituals, only if you feel like it, huh? Oh, I'm glad you're firm boundary. This is amazing. Look at all these angels surrounding us. You know, the other day we had the sister, the Chickasaw sister. Today we have someone who speaks Aramaic. Wow. Don Marie, we are beautiful empaths. Yes, we are, Cynthia. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. This is what it's about. You see? This is what it's about. This is what it's about. And this is how you create your new earth. And then you take inspired action, as Neville Goddard said. It's not just enough to be awakened. You have to take action. But you see, when you're awakened and you've let go of the things that kept you asleep, that you have space for inspired action. And that's why they wanted to confuse you by making you feel tired, by making you stressed out. Because when you're tired and stressed out, you're just thinking about survival. It doesn't matter what your socioeconomic background is. You understand what I'm saying? I feel your good vibrations to Robin. Much love, yeah? Angie, thank you. Shlama Elikorn. Did I say correctly? Shlama Elikorn. Peace unto you. Give thanks. Angie, give thanks for you. So this is the message. You see? This is the message. The message is the trauma bonds came into being through words. So your freedom comes from the words you speak to yourself to unlock yourself. And only you can unlock yourself. And I'm just a mirror showing how you unlock yourself. Speak life to yourself. Tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am abundant. I am capable. The universe is rigged in my favor. Everything is working out in my favor. We must reverse the spells. Everything is working out in my favor. This is my time. I am in my highest timeline. And I'm going to take action. Remember, take action. I'm going to take action. I'm going to take inspired action. And I'm not going to be afraid to fail. I'm not going to be afraid to fail because failure is good news. Life is beautiful. Failure is good news because the more you see you are afraid to fail, but they didn't tell you that failing is the cheat code to succeeding. This is the game. It's all about experiences. It's all about sensations. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. This is what it is. You see, this is what it is. So you were dealing with narcissists that you underestimated. You didn't realize how intelligent these narcissists are, because these narcissists are master spell workers. They all know how to manipulate. You see, there's no single narcissist that doesn't know how to manipulate. Every narcissist knows how to manipulate. And this is how they do it. This is how they do it. So now the way you get yourself back is you have to trace your way back with the words they spoke. You have to unspeak those words by speaking the counter and speaking the counter repeatedly. And the counter is always positive. This is how you break free. So this is the message for today. This is the message for today. I just want to thank you for receiving. Is this landing, or was I just talking to myself? Just tell me. Huh? Is this landing? This is Marlon Asha. Stay. What? Jeez. I have shifted inwardly to transmute the trauma. Give thanks. Give thanks. One love, people. I want to send you peace and love and happiness in all that you do. Change the world and make your world a better place. Because when you make your world a better place, you just made the world a better place. You understand? So be a part of the solution by changing yourself first. Because as you change yourself, the world changes. You see, because we're all connected by waveforms. So change yourself by not being your trauma, but by overcoming your trauma. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we stop narcissism through empathy. That's what it is. You get me? So stay in your heart. Stay in your heart. Each one, teach one, teach one, each one, teach one. Everybody, as above, so below. You understand? Blessed love. Blessed love. Celebrate. You get me? Celebrate. I'm a Theravadan Buddhist, but it doesn't matter where you go because truth is truth, right? Whatever expression aligns with you. Rastafari, African shamanism, you understand? Advaita Vedanta, quantum physics, Freemason, whatever, truth is truth. You figure it out and you get the codes, right? But the biggest truth is written in your heart because everybody who hears the truth hears it. When you hear the truth, you just know it's true. So listen to your heart. That's the highest truth. One love. See you again on Monday. Yes. Blessings. Give thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah.